Today we'll be talking about the analytic pattern for trading decisions and why they matter in trading. So, like we all know, in trading we have what we refer to as charts, and when we talk about candlesticks, we talk about price, we talk about liquidity, and their data, which are representing price in the financial markets. In our own case, trading the crypto market is the same thing, it's the same financial market. From these data, you see they represent price at a price point, and then they create the history book and the order book and all of it in the market. So, as we all know, just a quick review on how all of this came about. So we all know that candlestick patterns were created by a Japanese trader in some few centuries ago. So it represented price even in the past time they used to trade using the candlestick even from the era when they used to trade by barter, and then also when we started to trade rice. But yeah, coming forward to today, we have the candlesticks that represent price. And then the last time we spoke about in a class how you can read the opening and the closing price uh, of a candle, the body, the wick, and all of it. So today we'll just be sharing some few patterns. I'm trying to give example on our live charts. So candlestick patterns are visual signal, on a price chart that shows market sentiment. They help traders identify potential trend, reversal, continuation, and indecision in the market. Okay, so we have different patterns here, which are being represented, and if you are able to spot them on a chart when you are doing your analysis, at least you know what they are and what they are representing. And you can see from the right side, the left hand side here, representing in green, on the red side, and we have the neutral ones, which I'll tell you briefly what you should be expecting when you see them in the market. So this we can see when you see these patterns here, where I currently have my mouse on. There are reversal patterns and we have continuation patterns. We also have the bearish patterns, which we have the reversal and the continuation, right? So the first candle we'll be talking about is our hammer. We have, which is a reversal pattern actually, and we also have an inverted pattern, an inverted hammer. A, a hammer, you would see a hammer in a chart when there is a lot of momentum, a lot of liquidity, but when you see hammer in a price chart, is identifying to you that there is a lot of liquidity, but buyers are becoming weak in the market. So they are becoming very aggressive, sorry, in the market, where sellers are pushing market really downward. But then you see a lot of buys in the market, which then occurs to show a hammer in the market where prices are being continuously pushed back up from the support level to the resistance. And if you should be trading the support and the resistance, in this case, you will see price break out in most of the cases because it's a reversal candle. It's a sign of a market that is being bullish. So why we call them reversal. So market might be going really bearish. And when you see this type of candlestick pull up in the market, you know that there's a sign of a lot of buys in the market, and there's a lot of liquidity and high probability that the mark that mark that support resistance level will break, or you have a structure that is about to break when you have it clearly on a break or on a structure. So we also have an inverted hammer, which is the opposite of an hammer. So you see price when you have your inverted hammer, you should be expecting the opposite. Okay, and as you can see, a hammer has a weak low and a little body. You see, has a little body without its wick at all at the top. Okay, and an inverted hammer, we have a long wick on the top and have a smaller body on the top without a wick. And the next candle we'll be talking about is a bullish engulfing. So as we know, a bullish engulfing is a bullish candle pattern that when you see in your charts, it identify momentum in the market, right? And it's always having a big body and a smaller wick. Okay. At times, when you see a bullish engulfing pattern, you always see it covering at least maybe a candlestick, which it will cover the whole body. At times there are multiple candles, and you see it covering the whole one big engulfing candle will cover the whole other candle, so it will engulf them. And so we call it an engulfing candle. We also have morning star. So morning star, you will see equal engulfing candles, but within it you have a doji among it. You see a doji within these two candles, and these are bearish and a bearish and the bullish engulfing will be of equal height. Okay, and then very soon we'll go to our chart and then we'll spot these candlesticks. So you know that once you see any of these candlestick pattern forming on your chart, those are indications for you that price going very bullish. So we don't need to know all of these candlestick patterns, but if you know few of them, you are able to spot them on if in your analysis on your chart. It's a win-win for you because they are confirmations for entry, and if you can spot them early on when you are doing your analysis, is very great. Okay, those are a few things you need to know when you are trading. So we have continuations pattern in which once you see them, you know you are very confident in the market that price is going to continue in that direction. Okay, so like for example, one of the continuation patterns you will see is the bullish three line skew, which this in most cases you can also refer to this those candlesticks. Most traders they give them different names and all of it, but in my own opinion, in the most opinion of most traders, this is an engulfing candle. This is an engulfing candle, but it's still a bullish continuation pattern. So this you call this the bullish three line strike, as you can see. So it has three continuation bullish candle with an engulfing bearish candle. So once you see this, you see identifying to you that if it's in a bullish trend, if you are in an uptrend, it's just a continuation. This is just a price reversing or pulling back, but there will still be a continuation since it doesn't break out of the low of recent bearish candles. Okay, so we also have rising three methods. Okay, but at times it's very rare for you to find most of these patterns. You really have to train your eyes in most of the cases to be able to spot these candles. Just know a few of them, and they'll be very useful for you. For example, know your doji. So those are neutral candles, but in most cases, if you see a doji when price is going bearish, for example, it's a high indication for you that there is indecision in the market and what you should be expecting in that trade when price is bearish and you can see your doji in it. Just wait for a breakout above the doji and wait for price. Then you see price to spike to the so it could a doji could serve to you as the reversal candle, okay, as a bearish hammer can also be, but it's neutral because there is indecision in the market, okay. So know the difference. Those are neutral candles in which when you spot them uh, at price levels, we're expecting price to do either bearish or a bullish reversal, as the case might be. So here we have a hanging man, and we have a shooting star. So those are all reversal candles in which we are going to try to see them on our price charts and see how we can use them to identify trend and how we can use them to trade. So let's go treat one on our chart. This is a Bitcoin chart here. Let's try and spot a doji. So for example, this let's spot a doji first, which is one of the reversal candle. So one of the reversal candle that you would see, it's a doji, and it's right here. All right. So we could call this a doji. You can see it has almost no body and a very tiny body. You see a long wick and almost no body. This is a doji. And if we do our analysis right, let's just first spot the candle. So this is a doji, in our opinion, uh, because it's having no body and a weak high and a weak low. Let's see what price did when let's just analyze this area and see what price did when there was a doji. So there was an indecision candle. So what we have here is price actually going. Let's analyze this area. So we see price did this, and there was this pullback. We have price starting to create lower highs. So we had a reversal because price actually broke this structure downward, and voila, you had so there was these doji that came out of this price, and from this area here, when there was an indecision in the market, what did you see? Price tried to like break out of this structure, down structure, but afterwards, what you had was a downtrend. If we were to mark out our support and resistance level on this level, or just doing some price action, you would see that On a downtrend, when you have a doji, it's an indication for you that there is indecision in the market and they should be like a continuation in that direction, which is the downtrend. You can see actually. So as soon as there was a doji, price tried to break out, but unfortunately it continued in that level. So we have this our support level around here. Um, Price broke the support and it continued all the way down. So that is one of the candlesticks, which is doji. You know that when you spot your doji on a chart, it's either a continuation for price to go to that direction when you spot it on a downtrend. If you spot it in an uptrend, it's a continuation pattern for you. Okay, so the next candlestick we'll be looking at for is a bullish engulfing. So let's see if we can spot on a bullish engulfing candle. So a perfect example for a bullish engulfing would be this. This is actually not like a real bullish engulfing. Let's see if you can see something that is better. Okay, yeah, absolutely, this is it. But in this scenario, this is a bullish engulfing candle, and you can see just one candle covering at least almost three candles. Okay, so there's three down candles, and you have just one candle that swallows almost all of it. Okay, but uh, buyers were very aggressive in this area, but the seller later they still later took out the buyers in the market. The market eventually went down, but this is a bullish engulfing. This is a bullish engulfing, uh, and this is a bearish engulfing. This is a bearish engulfing candle. You can see the body of this candle here covering almost two bullish candles. So it's covering two bullish candles. Okay. So when we say those are like reversal candles, they actually are. So another one of the candles again that we talked about. Let's have more examples So do we have any question before we move on? Uh, so I showed you on the chart a bullish engulfing. So a bullish engulfing or a bearish engulfing, okay, is a candle in which you would see the bullish candle would cover one or more two bearish candles, one or more bearish candle, and the bullish engulfing will cover the body of one or more candles, as the case may be, and you know what that tells you. It's a bullish reversal. So you are having what happened is this, okay? So let me give you let me give you a few examples of what I'm telling you. So in the case where you can take trades with this most of these patterns, when you have a bullish engulfing, okay, you have an option. So let's draw our structure. Sorry, you have up structure here. You have a market that is going this way and it's going this way. You have an uptrend like this. We all agree this is an uptrend because market is breaking structure to the upside, right? I agree that market is breaking structure to the upside. And there is a continuation break to the upside, right? And you are looking forward to enter this trade. But all of a sudden, you remember in SMC, we taught you about looking for entry at your FVG or your imbalance. One of the candlesticks you should be looking for. That's why I told you we'll teach you how to. You just have to train your eyes to make sure you are able to spot most of these candlesticks, right? Because they are very important. And one of the important candlesticks you should really recognize and know is your engulfing candle, okay? Your Marabusu candle, which is still, a Marabusu candle, I defined it to you the other time. I said a Marabusu candle is a candle that has a big body. At times, it has no wick at all. And if it eventually has a wick, it's very small. Okay. And if you are about to spot your institutional candle, which your institutional candle would always have a gap close to it. So you have to look for an engulfing candle. And at your FVG level, where you are expecting price to pull back to, okay, price normally creates these type of patterns at your FVG level, which is your engulfing candle. And you know that your engulfing candle is a reversal candle. So which means on your pullback leg, so you have your impulsive move to this upside, right? That broke this level. You have impulsive move that broke this level here, right? And we say it broke structure, and we name this part here our BOS, right? In an uptrend. So now there is this reversal, and you know that you should be looking for an entry. If price has been creating this sort of pattern, what you are looking for now is an entry, right? So now, in this area of pullback that you are expecting price to pull back to, okay, the type of pattern of candle you should be looking for should be a reversal candle. So you should be looking for one or more of those reversal candle. And in most cases, in most scenarios, the type of candles you will see is your bullish engulfing, and it's a reversal candle, which tells you that okay, if you spot this one on your pullback leg, right, there's high probability that price is still going to continue in that direction. You know that price doesn't move in a straight line; it moves in waves, right? So you just come up here and you look for you check out for a bearish engulfing, and within it you will have multiple Marabusu candles, okay? Multiple Marabusu candles that we talked to you about the last time. And you know that when there is a bearish engulfing, you will always find these big candles, which are institutional candles, and you can find your gap, and then you know that that's your FVG when you eventually have a gap in your pullback leg. And you should be looking for a way to spot your FVG level and have an entry level from that area. So your AVG might be at this level, as the case might be, it might also be an imbalance. Okay. And then you should expect once you see a price formation that resembles your bullish engulfing, which is this pattern here. So you will have your bullish engulfing. Now imagine that there is a pullback level and you have this type of candlesticks, right, that formed. You know that high probability that there is continuation in that direction, that you already spotted your trend that is in an uptrend. So the first thing you want to do, go to your higher time frame, following the rules that we taught you here, that you have to do your top-down analysis. So you use your 4 hours time frame to spot your trend. Then you go to the lower time frame, which is the 1 hour, to now draw your structure. So you go to your entry, and then you then check your confluences. So one of the confluences you should actually check, and if you can spot on, are these reversal formations, okay? You look for your hammer as the case may be, but if you're trading SMC, in most of the cases, what you want to look for is your FVG, okay, or your imbalance. And we've taught you how to spot your imbalance. We continue to teach you till you are able to get and know how to spot them on your chart. So now you know that these are reversal candles. Patterns are a lot of them, but we came here with the few ones that really work in the market, which in most cases is your hammer, your inverted hammer, your bullish engulfing, your tweezer bottom, your morning star, which you know it's formed with a two Marabusu candle. Within it, you have a doji, and you have your three stars in the south, which you have an engulfing candle with almost resembling an engulfing candle, but with a wick. And then you have two continuation smaller candles within it, forming beneath the wick. So you know that when you see this type of candles in the market, you know that sellers are getting exhausted, and the buyers will eventually come in and sweep them off and push prices higher. So this is for the bullish scenario. We say we have a continuation pattern. We have the bullish three lines strike, which is composed of three smaller candles, one Marabusu candle, one big candle that engulfs the whole bullish candle. And we have it's a reversal candle, which means it's telling you that that trend, it's a continuation pattern. Sorry. So it's just an indication that that is just a little pullback, like a cool off time in the market, but the market will eventually move back in that direction, which is the bullish scenario. And we also have the bearish scenario, which these are also reversal candle. So if you have your hanging man, when we're having a bearish move, you know that you are in a bearish trend, so market continues to create lower highs in the market, and you have a hanging mark, so price might just shoot off and create this weaker candle here. When there is actually this type of candle, it means buyers are actually trying to put in more force in the market to like push the market upside, but the sellers are actually resisting. So you know that this is a weak trend. There is no much of buyers in the market, so the market will eventually go back down. To it's a great indication for you that there is still a continuation of sell in the market. So we have our shooting star. Our shooting star also is a reversal candle. Once you have a bearish three line strike, you know that it's a continuation of a downtrend. And you have a bullish candle, which is engulfing above three smaller candles, and it's just a pullback leg when there is a bearish momentum and high probability that price is still going to continue in a downward direction. Okay, and you also have the following three methods, which is composed of a, a candlestick that is composed of three bullish smaller candle and a bigger bearish candle, two bearish candles within it. Uh, it's an indication for a continuation of downtrend movement. So let's go on our charts and see if we can actually identify most of those candles. So for example, you can see that same formation here, and this is actually switch, you can see. But this is more than three. This is actually more than three, but it's almost three strike, but it's not. We won't use that. It's not valid. Look at this here. This is a perfect example for the and you can see when this happened, there was a reversal. So you see our rising three methods. This is actually not that valid. Okay. Let's see if we can we don't I personally I don't trade based on candlestick patterns, like and that's not what we teach you here. But just for the knowledge, uh, it's actually good if you know few of those patterns. It actually helps. So what I'm really concentrated on is for you to know how to use your basic candle and your reversal. Most of the reversal candles they are very helpful. Know how to support your dojo and how you can use it. So in most cases, we won't teach you to use most of these reversal candles or or candlestick patterns. Okay, so but it's great if you know that. Uh, on here, I can actually spot that. Well, let's move on. So, based on these candlesticks, do anybody have any question? Do we have any question, or do everybody understand what we have been teaching? Volume. Does it mean you can hear me? Leader, can you hear me?
I can hear you, can hear you.
Okay. All right. So let's move on. So common patterns are doji. As I told you before, when you have your doji in the market, right, it's an indecision candlestick, and it can cause in most of the cases for prices to actually break up, either on your support level or your resistance level. So when you spot your doji in the market, the buyers and the sellers are actually indecisive in the market, and they are kind of pushing prices at that area. And when price eventually breaks out, price continues in that direction. And you have your hammer or inverted hammer, which is a possible bullish reversal. You have your engulfing candle, which is a strong reversal signal. You have your shooting star, which is your bearish reversal at the top of an uptrend. So and these are the common patterns. Like I told you, you see, I was giving you more examples on doji, hammer, and inverted hammer, and engulfing candle. I gave you fewer examples on engulfing candles. And in most cases, in our upcoming classes, I'll be laying more emphasis on how you can use doji, inverted hammer, and engulfing candle. We'll use fewer of the times the shooting star. I don't really use it that much, but in most cases we use it. But these three patterns are really actually important. And those are actually common patterns that you find when you are trading. So for today's topic, we actually covered almost everything. So if you have any question as regards to these candlestick patterns that we brought to you today, you can type in the chat box or just type one if you feel like you understood what we talked about today. So, leader Additional, please, can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you, I'm with you.
You can just brief off something for us, please. So,
Okay.
if anybody has a question, please, you can just type your question on just on mute.
Good evening, everyone. Good evening, just in the house. Good evening, all new members. Good evening, everyone of the community. So, actually, before I say anything, I'll first have to seek some apology for not being in class for like maybe 2 to 3 weeks now. Actually, I've been very, very busy. I have a class I do, like I'm learning something about analysis. So I've been in the class for this since last month. So I'm very, very sorry for that. So I just have to manage my time. So about the candlestick anatomy, actually the Abela has made justice to the topic to be candid. In fact, if I'm to take the class, it might not be up to this level because he has said a lot about it. So what I'll just say about it is that all these things that we see, because without candlestick, seriously, you cannot trade anything. And if you can understand candlestick, you can trade any form of financial market. Forget it if it is crypto, forex, anything you can trade it if you understand candles because they make the structure of the market. So candlestick form together to make market structure. So once you understand the basic of this candlestick, and he has tried for us, he even let us know the ones that are very, very vital, those that make reversals for us. He told us where we can cite those candlestick and where they are very, very effective for either continuation or reversal. So I believe with that, Please, if anybody do not understand this thing, you can ask question. And if not, even if you understand after this class, let us try and watch this video again. Because seriously, the way you treated this candlestick and the candlestick anatomy and this night, like it's very, very, even to a very layman term, it's very, very simple. So I believe like with all these things, you can also go online and read. Look for this, and this is chart, or you can just take a screenshot. Go and look for all these candlestick on the chart. Open your trading view, open your normal trading this thing. Check where these candles, where they form. You understand? So look at what he has told us tonight. Look at how they played out. With then that's how you can understand how candlestick really works. Because to be candid, markets move in structure, and market structures are formed with candlesticks. That is how you can understand what market is saying. It's just about the opening, the close, the highs and the low. That's just it. Those are what forms market structure. And if you have a market structure, these candlesticks are the one that will still form to tell you that fine, market has gotten exhausted. I want to reverse, or I'm still going uptrend. I'm still going downtrend. Candlestick will help you to understand everything. So you don't have to be scared. It's just like you want to go to market, you want to prepare soup now. You know that when I get to market, I have to buy pepper, I have to buy maggi, I have to buy all these things. It's because you know the type of soup that you want to cook. That's why you say, let me buy turkey, let me buy fish, let me buy beef. That's how market also is. If you know that all these candlestick, they are done that you understand each and individual of them. When you understand them, you can put them together. They will surely help you to move the market. That's just it. When you open your chart like this, you will see candlestick. Then why will you be scared of market? You won't be scared because you understood the basic and the primary understanding of the market, and that is the candlestick. I won't lie to you. I always tell people that if you don't know the candlestick properly, seriously, it's very, very like it's like you are not moving anywhere. And I will say, if you have this material, candlestick trading Bible, please, if you have the material, or you can just request for it, please, you have to go through that material as well. Because I always tell you, because if you want to start your trading journey, try and read candlestick trading Bible. At least try and read it. You see that everything that the Dabella has been telling us since, everything is explained there. You understand? And with that, you have started your trading journey very, very easily because that will open your mindset and your eyes to a lot of things about trading. So as to save time, I'll just say that what he has taught tonight, if you have questions, please don't be shy. Come outside, ask your question. This is how you learn properly again. Even please that we have to pay before we learn all these things, we ask questions. And I get things for free. So why won't you have question? Ask question, please. If you don't understand, ask question. Then after the class, rewatch the video again. After that, open your chart, check all these candlesticks. How did they work? Check where they form based on what he has told us tonight. Even me, I even learned something tonight again. That's it. Even if you are a junior trader, I don't care. I will learn from you. Senior trader, I learn from them. Even me, I'm still learning. That's just it. So just open your chart, check on how the candlestick form. Look at where it told us that okay, when you see this bullish engulfing candlestick, either support at a support level, it's telling the market is about to go back uptrend. If you see a bearish engulfing bar at resistance level, then all these things, just go and check them, mark out your support resistance. We've done them before. Then look at how things go out there. That's just it. So I'll just say that I just want to encourage us to just make sure that we do some things about what is being taught in this class. Because if you are teaching and you are not taking steps towards it, like it's like some drawback, you understand? So I won't take our time. Thank you very, very much. You have really done a very, very justifiable job to this topic. In fact, I was very, very happy. I even start with my phone that I want to see all these things tonight because when I see the graphical, all these images, I was very, very amazed that wow, this is good. So thank you. Me personally, I even thank you. Thank you very, very much for this topic tonight and for how you have treated the topic. Thank you very, very much. So thank you, everybody. That's all.
Thank you very much, Mr. Abdullah. Thank you, everybody that is here today. So, do we all understand? If you understand what I've been said today, please type one in the chat box. If you don't understand any parts in this class, you can type your question or just type the number 2 Let's know you don't understand or you just raise your hand and we ask you to unmute and then you ask a question. So do anybody have any question? So I'm guessing you all understood. So if you understood, please type one in the chat box if you understood what we talked about tonight. Okay, I'm assuming everybody understood what we talked about tonight. Um, okay, GBK Franklin said they understood. That's amazing. I'm glad that you did. Uh, we are like almost 18 people in the chat. Just one person. Does it mean that it's only Franklin you understand what we talked about? How about the rest people? Everybody understand. Well, if you don't understand, you can watch the class. If not, eventually in our upcoming class, which will be on Monday. Don't forget, we always have our classes every day up till on Saturday, the same time, 8:30 Nigerian time. Don't forget to come and invite your prospect to all our classes because they are all important. Please, does anyone have the candlestick Bible? Please send to us. For sure. Okay. All right. No problem. Just ask in the group and we'll send it to you. So do anybody has a question? Just message any of the leaders and we'll send the candlestick Bible, the trading Bible to you. Ask any of the leaders in the house and then we'll send to you. Franklin. All right, if there is no other question, do you have any leader in the house? So the leader that we have in the house to just give us a closing speech. If not, we'll call it a day. Do you have leader Oshia in the house or leader George, please? Ah, Namdi said he came late and we don't really have much time again. I would have said I'd go over to you, but please just watch the recordings, okay? By next class, if you have any question, then eventually they would explain to you. But briefly, I would have said I explained to you, but which of the candlesticks don't you understand? Because we talked about a whole lot of them. Namdi. If not, you just have to watch carefully. It's because the recordings will be sent back in to the to the group. All right, no problem. So eventually by next class, if you have further questions regarding them, then we'll then talk about them more briefly. Okay, okay. So we're expecting you in our class tomorrow at the same time. So Leader Ocean, please, are you there? Or can you just wrap the class up like that? Can you hear me, Leader Ocean? All right. This will be the end of the class for today. And I hope everybody have one or two things that they learned. We'll be expecting you tomorrow in tomorrow's class.